Everyone, my name is Matthew Gilbertson. We're located here on the shore of a pristine beach in Australia, and I'm going to show you guys how to open an Australian coconut. Talk a little bit about the anatomy of a coconut. Here's what a coconut might look like just sitting on the beach. You shake it, you hear some juice inside, and you really want to open it and start drinking that juice. Let's take a little cross-sectional view of a coconut. This is what the inside of a coconut looks like. You have the nut right here, and then you have this husk around it. So what you want to do is first peel off this husk. And the best way to do that, I've found, is to first loosen up the husk by bashing it between a couple of rocks. First, go ahead and find a couple of big rocks. You want one possibly smaller rock on the bottom to serve as the base for your crushing operation. Then you want one larger rock that you'll be able to lift up and throw down on top of the coconut. What we'll do is we'll take our coconut, we'll balance it like so. Balance it like that on the smaller rock. Then we're going to pick up this big rock, throw it down at the point here, and see if we can loosen up this husk. Let's see if we can loosen up that husk. So I bashed it a couple of times and I've loosened up the husk a little bit. Next step is try to peel it off. This can be a little bit tedious and time consuming, but you just gotta stick with it. As you can see, it took a little bit of struggling to take all the husk off, but now we have a more familiar looking coconut, like one you might see in the grocery store. Now you may have noticed when I was taking it apart that there was actually a bud kind of like this sticking out from this end. That's generally a good indication that the contents inside aren't spoiled. And I can actually hear the liquid inside. Now the next step is to carefully take out the liquid from inside. Now one strategy could be to put the coconut like this, take the giant rock, throw it on top of this, but then that would basically obliterate the entire coconut and the juice would be spilled all over the place. What we'd like to use instead is a more precision approach. One good way to do that is to find a screw or a nail. Now this kind of seems like cheating, but you can often find a piece of driftwood, a large board, perhaps along the beach, that has a couple of nails sticking out of it. And the reason we want a nail or a screw is because we can use that to poke a couple of holes in these 3 weak spots right here. And once we got a hole going in a couple of different places, we can easily pour out the juice. So let's go ahead and pound a small hole in this weak spot here. We're going to pour out our prized juice into a bowl. So we're going to stop here for a sec and just test the water, the coconut juice. One thing we want to make sure of is that the coconut isn't spoiled. Sometimes the juice could be a little bit foul tasting, and that means it's bugs have gotten to it before you have. So in that case you want to ditch it. So let's have a taste of the water and see what it's like. Tastes pretty reasonable, so it looks like this coconut is a go. Now that we've gotten all the juice out of the coconut, the next step is to get to the meat. In order to do that, we're going to place the coconut between two rocks, smash them together, break the coconut apart. But we got to be careful here. What we don't want to happen is to smash the coconut, the fragments to go flying onto the beach, get a bunch of sand on them, because then the coconut becomes a lot less tasty. So we'll just have to be very careful when we smash it. One approach is to put some kind of surface between the coconut and the bottom rock so that it doesn't get as sandy. Another approach is maybe to put like a large sheet or plastic bag or something over it, just to be sure that we don't get any sand on the meat. Place the coconut here, get that big rock, see if we can smash it. Voila, we've opened up a coconut.